Hold on. You have no time for your family or friends. You're not able to spend quality time with your kids. You have no time to do the things that you love. Your health is badly affected, but your business is growing. Not only your business is growing, but you're making more money and you're keeping more money as well. But let me ask you this. What's the point of this business growth? Are you okay with paying such a heavy price? Is this the business and life that you want to build for yourself? Now, if you can relate to this, then I want you to watch this video till the end, because in today's video, I'm going to shatter the myth of being stuck in the day-to-day operations of your business. I'm going to shatter the myth that the business will not run without you, that it's only you who can run the day-to-day operations of your business. And I'm going to be sharing 11 ways for you, real-world ways that I implemented in my business for you to get out of the day-to-day operations of your business and build a business that not only runs on its own, but grows on its own. But before we go ahead, a simple request. Please hit the subscribe button to help us grow this channel, and so that you can stay tuned with content designed specifically for your personal success as a business owner. Now, approximately 90% of my clients are stuck in the day-to-day operations of their business. So much so that one of my clients recently said that, Nikhil, if you are running a business, then obviously you are going to be involved in the day-to-day operations of your business. Now, that is true to some extent, right? But this is what I want you to understand. Any business, no matter what size, has a lot of moving parts to it, such as marketing, sales, operations. Within operations, there's accounting, there's finance, there's HR, there's banking, there's client interfacing, there's your IT, administration stuff. You know, if you're into manufacturing, then there's production that you need to take care of. If it's a service-based business, then you need to take care of delivery. And these are never-ending tasks and processes within your business, because guess what? If there is nothing to do, if these tasks end, what does that mean for your business? You guessed it right. If there are no day-to-day operations in your business, then there is no business. The point I'm trying to make is that it is never-ending. The day-to-day operations do not end. And a common mistake business owners make is that they get extremely hands-on with running their business, with managing the day-to-day operations of their business. And that comes at a very, very heavy price, and that in the form of stress, pressure, bad health, no time to live life, no time to do anything outside of your business. You get so heavily engrossed in your business, trapped in your business, that you just don't have any life outside of the business. You cannot do anything that you love or enjoy. There is no break. You're working 24/7, 365 days a year. Even if you're on vacation, you're working. If you're not on vacation, you're anyways working. Wherever you are, whatever you are, you're dealing with life. You're dealing with life's emergencies. Any situation, you're constantly working. You're constantly trapped in your business. As an individual, you can only be responsible for so much in your business. You cannot be the expert in every single aspect, in every single area of your business. And let's say you consider yourself the superhero of your business, and that you are the go-to expert for every little thing. But can you actually run it responsibly? Can you actually run it effectively and efficiently as one individual, as one person? It's not possible. One person cannot manage so many things, and that's simply because everything is revolving around one person. How much can you actually do? What that means is you're officially the biggest bottleneck in the growth of your business, and you need to get out of the way. So let's get right into this, because I'm going to be sharing 11 real-world strategies that you can use, that you can implement in your business right away after watching this video, to get out of the day-to-day operations of your business and also actually have a life outside of your business. So watch this video till the end, because I'm going to help you build a business that not only runs on its own but grows on its own. First, as a business owner, you got to understand is that business automation is going to first happen with people automation. What do I mean? Well, people automation means having the right team, having the right people in your business. It is absolutely mission critical and cannot be compromised on. So when I set up a brand new manufacturing facility, guess what? The very first thing that I focused on was building the right team, getting the right people, hiring the right people. And the very first hire that I made was the head of operations. And guess what? He was also the most expensive hire I made. But this paid huge dividends for me. You know why? Because we were a brand new manufacturing facility, and in the very first month, we had to deliver an order of 33,000 units. We had to ship it all the way from India to the UK, and it was done in my absence. I had to be away from the factory for personal reasons for 10 days. But because I made the right hire, because I had the right head of operations, he made sure that everything was delivered on time and with 100% quality as per our customer demanded. So let's be clear, the reason the goods were shipped is because the right person was there. It's your team's job to manage the day-to-day operations of your business. It's not your job. Yes, you can oversee, but you cannot do the real doing of the work. Your job is to give the business direction and continuously grow the business. That's how you will grow, and that's how your team will grow, and that's how your customers will also be happy, because if you're growing, that means you're doing something right. You're delivering on time every time, and you're delivering quality every time. And that's where your focus should be as a business owner, continuous improvement of your business. Always remember, vision is yours, execution is theirs. Second is that we went deep into the world of manufacturing and we implemented manufacturing specific systems. Now, the reason why my team was able to deliver results in my absence is because before we even started any sort of manufacturing activity within the factory, we spent focused time on building and implementing systems in the business, right? And what that helped us do is that no matter if I was there or not, everyone was clear on what to do, how to do it. The systems were the guiding principles, the step-by-step instructions for everyone to carry out the core manufacturing activities in our manufacturing business. And this was a complete game changer for me because it just gave me the confidence to be away from the operations. It gave me the confidence to be away from the factory and attend to my personal matter, which was highly important. So it's important for you as a business owner to invest time into this. This is a core mistake, a hardcore mistake that business owners do, is that they don't get into the world of systems. And it's annoying, it's irritating, I get it, right? It's hard work. It challenges you, it's boring work, but it's the boring stuff that gets you to greatness in your business and life. So systems are basically good habits for your business. If you have good habits in your business and everyone is doing those habits, following those habits every single day, guess what? Your business will scale. It is always going to be ready to scale. No matter what you throw at it, it will be able to absorb it. And the other thing that happened was, because of having systems in place, that means everything was not my responsibility, because the team was clear that they are going to manage the day-to-day operations of the business. They have certain tasks to do and I have certain roles to play. Now in a traditional business, what happens is everything is the business owner's responsibility. Why? Because they're just running everything from memory and from their mind. Nothing is documented, nothing is systemized, nobody knows what to do. Everyone is using their own different experiences and somehow making things run. What that leads to is constant frustration, constant blame game. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Everybody's pointing fingers at each other. There's a lot of frustration and it's a very stressful environment, right? So systems are not only going to give you confidence, it's going to give clarity to everyone. It's also going to create a happy business environment where people enjoy coming and working and delivering great results to your customers. Third, we set up meeting structures to keep everyone accountable. Now, what does that mean? Now, once you have your right team in place and the systems in place, it's very important to make sure that everyone is coming together and working in a cooperative and collaborative manner. It is very important for the team to be able to communicate openly and honestly with each other so that everything can happen effectively and efficiently on a day-to-day basis, so that the operations of the business don't get affected. And this is again a common mistake business owners make, or businesses make, or teams make, is that they don't meet on a regular basis. There is no structure for them to come together and they work in a collaborative space. Everyone ends up working in silos. Every department is working in silos, and what happens is it's one department pointing fingers on the other department, and it's a never-ending game over there. So to stay away from this, you need to have meeting structures defined for your team where they can come together and manage the day-to-day operations of your business. Now, in our manufacturing business, we specifically had two structures which were the key pillars of making sure everything is going on track and running smoothly, effectively, efficiently, even when problems come, even when challenges would come. And under no circumstances these meetings could be skipped. They were a non-negotiable. So the first meeting was to discuss everything in detail, in minute detail. Every order that the factory was processing or was going to manufacture, doesn't matter at what stage the order was discussed in minute detail, so that everyone is on the same page. All key stakeholders were together in that meeting. And while the second type of meeting that we were running was a hardcore focus on the manufacturing activities, because obviously that was the largest activity that we had in our business apart from every other supporting function. So it was for the manufacturing team to come together and make sure everything is running smoothly, effectively, efficiently, and everything is on track. And if there are any problems, then it would be discussed in the production meeting, where they would solve the problems or present their solutions or ideas to make sure that all deliveries are met on time. Now, in this meeting, we also involved the human resources manager in our team. Why? Because it was a common challenge in a manufacturing facility, especially here in India, that there's manpower shortage, or the right skill set of manpower is not available, or there is some sort of other issues. So it's a dynamic situation, and every day brings in different challenges. Every day is very unique and different in that sense. No 2 days are similar. And so we made sure that the HR manager is in those meetings so that he can understand that what problems, the challenges that are being faced by the manufacturing guys, and vice versa. And this is a common area where there would always be a lot of disconnect. So by doing this, we made sure that the HR team understands the manufacturing team, and the manufacturing teams understands the HR team, and then they can both work together towards one common goal, which is to deliver the goods on time for our customers. Because if we don't do that, guess what? The business's reputation will get affected. It will be very difficult to grow, and it will be very difficult to actually get new business or repeat business or whatever it is. So what both these meeting structures did for us was it completely eradicated blame game culture from our organization. Well, if not completely, it was more or less gone. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody was crystal clear on what's happening, what's not happening, what's working, what's not working. Everybody was coming together to solve problems and get the work done. Now, fourth is that I learned business operation systems from a coach. Now, I want to be very honest with you that we were extremely strong on manufacturing systems. We had it down to a science, we had it down to a T, but where we would always fall short is on business operations, managing the day-to-day systems outside of the manufacturing activities. So things like client follow-ups, emails, communications, what needs to happen outside of the manufacturing activity in terms of a streamlined process. This is where we would always, we had a lot of issues, we would face a lot of challenges, and the team also was frustrated in this domain of our business. So I enrolled myself into a business coaching program, and I learned how to build and implement business operation systems. Now again, this was a game changer because it just gave me the confidence that the business can truly run on its own, and we were able to streamline so many operations, bring out data, bring out visibility, analytics, everything for the entire team to see transparently, in one platform, and brought everyone on the same page. Now I want you to understand that business systems are very different from manufacturing systems. Manufacturing systems can be considered a subset of the business operations, business subsystems, because it's just one part of the business. But everything else, like how to hire, how to fire, how to invoice, how not to invoice, how the accounting division is going to work, how the HR division is going to work, how the maintenance division is going to work, how we're going to run the process of when a customer visits, what needs to happen, what doesn't need to happen. There's a lot of compliance activities that happen in a manufacturing facility, and these are the surrounding systems, the support functions, in a manufacturing business that need to be streamlined so that the business can run smoothly and it's not owner dependent. So with systems, your business can run predictably, right? Instead of being dependent on the people who are running it, on their mood or on their individual experiences, on that given day. So streamline your business by having business operation systems as well. Fifth, this is extremely important, and that is I implemented everything that I learned to the best of my abilities and never backed away from learning. I mean, till date, I spend nearly $20,000 every single year in my personal development and business development. So as a business owner, you don't have to take the pressure and responsibility of being the expert in every domain. I spoke about this earlier as well. You don't have to go into that stressful situation. Instead of that, find experts who have ready solutions for you. Invest your money, invest your time into those, and create rapid results in your business and life. As I shared earlier, I learned business operations system from a coach. There are tons of other things that need to be learned in a business as well. There's marketing, there's sales, there's finance, there's accounting. Everything has to be learned, or everything has a solution. There is a better way of doing everything. Now, if I go about actually learning everything on my own or figuring out these things, it's not going to happen in a rapid manner. It's not going to happen in a fast manner. I'll spend the rest of my life trying to learn these things, implement these things on my own. And that's why I choose to invest every year in my personal development and business development, because there are experts out there who give me their ready solutions, frameworks, packages, whatever it is, and then I can just take those and implement those in my business, and I can be very specific with the problem or challenge I'm trying to solve, or whatever area I'm trying to improve in my business. So what that does is that it gives you access to the right tools that you need, and all you have to do is just implement those tools, those systems into your business, whatever that you might be working on. And that gives you the time and freedom, and again confidence, to focus on what your role as a business owner is in your business, and that is to give it direction and grow it. Now, number 6, I never compromise on my time. Your time is the most precious commodity you own as a business owner. How you use your time today will define where you end up in 6 months to a year from today. Everyone, including you, me, and Jeff Bezos, have the same number of hours every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So to be able to stay out of the day-to-day operations of your business, you need to have the right relationship and right understanding of your own time. If you don't value your time, then guess what? Nobody else will. So the most important appointment that you can have on your calendar is the appointment that you make with yourself. Spending your time on things that matter is your responsibility as a business owner. This is a must-have skill set for a business owner, and it just cannot be overlooked. So become a master of time management so that you can get more done in less time, but also so that you can stay out of the day-to-day operations of your business by making sure you have the right relationship with your time and you know exactly how to use it as a business owner. And again, I'm reminding you, your job is to give the business direction and grow it. Your job is to work on the business, not in the business. In the business is done by your team, on the business is done by you. Now, number 7, again, this is game changing, is that I never took on the responsibilities of my team. I always helped them to solve their problems. I guided them, I coached them, I mentored them, I did whatever I could do to help them solve their problems, but I never solved their problems for them. Please understand that your team comes running to you with their problems. Why? Because number 1, they don't want to go through the stress of solving problems. They don't want to use their brains. They don't want to apply themselves. And number 2 is they want to de-risk themselves. Because guess what? When you make the decision, when you solve the problems, and if it doesn't work out, if your solution backfired, guess whose responsibility it is? Guess who can be blamed for it? It's only you, nobody else. As a business owner, we purely go by gut feel, right? You just like to dive into problems. You like to tell them what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and that's what gives us a sense of achievement, that hey, I solved every problem in my business. But what that does is it creates a culture of dependency, a dependency on you, that only you can solve the problems. And what that does is that your team then never takes responsibility, they never take ownership, they never take charge, and they never take responsibility of the problems of running the business or managing the business. Guess why? Because you have decided that you are going to solve every problem, because you are the only expert that exists in your business. And be honest, over a long period of time, in the long run, this just frustrates you, this stresses you out, it makes you feel trapped in your business, it makes you feel alone in your business. business. So stop solving their problems for them, right? Guide them, coach them, mentor them, help them find solutions, put the ownership on them, tell them that they own this area and they have to come up with solutions. They can present that solution to you and maybe you can adjust it a little bit if it's not to your liking, but stop doing their work for them. Next, number 8, I was super clear on my role as a business owner, and every business owner needs to be very clear on what their role is in the business. So for example, in my case, I was not the expert of manufacturing in my business. It was my head of operations. He knew that, I knew that, and it just made things very simple. And as much as I would like to solve manufacturing level problems, and trust me, I am very passionate about manufacturing. I love it, I love operations and all those things, but I was just not the right person. I was not the right expert to solve those problems. It was my head of operations, and I always maintained that position. I mean, in fact, it created a lot of problems for me because my father was always upset with me about this. For him, I was supposed to manage everything, I was supposed to run everything, and every solution was to be provided by me. And if that's the case, then why do I have all these people? Then why have a team? But I knew very well that that's a black hole that would consume me completely, and I would not be building something I love. And why? Because I saw my father and my uncle, who were running the same type of business in their own manufacturing facility, that they were so deep inside the day-to-day operation of their business that there was no way out. They were always alone. They were always feeling trapped. They were always stressed out. There was no life outside of the business. And if there was life outside of the business, it was again stressful. So if you don't get out of the day-to-day operation of your business, you will just, I knew that I would become a slave to my business and I would never be able to come out of it. I would feel trapped, and I didn't want to do that. Being clear on what my role in the business is just helped me stay in my lane and enjoy doing the work that I did and enjoy building that business, because that's what I really truly enjoy doing. So the best way to do this is to actually make a list of all the things that you enjoy doing in your business and just sticking to them and hiring a team around whatever else needs to be done and making sure that they are doing that. Remember, earlier we talked about people automation, so that's where you should be. Make sure you have the right people who can carry out the work the way you want it to be done, with the backing of systems and meeting cultures or meeting structures that we spoke about earlier. Now, number 9 is one of my favorites. It's like a simple hack, and I made sure that I scheduled time to meet clients every single week on my calendar. Basically, if I didn't have that time on the calendar, what that means is I'm ignoring my clients. And if I'm ignoring my clients, well, that, number 1, cannot be good for business, right? Because they are the ones who are going to give me new orders, and with that, those new orders, we can help, we can grow the business, we can take it forward, we can move in a positive direction. So having appointment times, on my calendar at least 2 times a week made sure that I am disconnected from the day-to-day operations, because when I had to meet clients, guess what? I would go to their office, I would go to wherever they want to meet and not invite them to my factory. So this was a simple hack. This was a great hack, but it kept me away from the day-to-day operations, and it forced the team to rise to the occasion and manage everything in my absence. So point being that ignoring your clients can be the stupidest thing that you can do as a business owner. So don't do that, right? When you give client time, then that means you have to disconnect from the day-to-day operations of your business, and what that means is that your team has to manage it and run it for you. Now, also, when you give your clients time, what that does is it gives you insight into the future. You can see the order pipeline, right? You can see future projects that are coming your way as a business, and that gives you confidence, that gives you excitement to go back to your day-to-day operations or to your business and bring that excitement, bring that energy. See, but anything good is built on good energies, it's built on positivity, and that's something we can get from our clients. So having client time on your calendar without fail is going to be a game changer for you. Now, sometimes there were no appointments, but I would still block that time for my clients, and I would pick up the phone a day before, or I would just sometimes even drop in for a coffee to just have FaceTime with the clients, and if nothing else, build my relationship. And what that would do is that generally I was able to book some new orders in that process, or I would get a good clear insight into the future pipeline, right? I was able to secure it for my business. So make sure that you have this on your calendar every single week. Now, number 10 is invest in technology, invest in software, apps, whatever helps you do your job effectively, efficiently, and also helps protect the business. Now, I want to share an example from my manufacturing business. So one of the biggest challenges we had is once a new order was booked, then we had to procure 15 to 20 items for every single order. Now, we were in the business of garment manufacturing. So buying different things like buttons, labels, zips, whatever else, the fabric itself, threads. There are many things and many small items and big items that need to be bought depending on the type of garment you're manufacturing. So all this material has to be procured at a certain price point to make sure that the order is profitable in the end. Because if you buy these things for a price higher than what you quoted to your customer, then guess what? There's the big loss making chunk right there, and material costs would generally be around 55%. So that's a big chunk right there. And then traditionally what would happen in my family business is that once an order used to come in, then my father and my uncle would go through the list of items and make sure everything is ordered under their supervision and for every single item. Now, if you're just doing one of 15-20 items, okay, fine, I can understand. But typically we would have anywhere around 40 to 50 to even 60 orders sometimes running in parallel. Even at 40 orders, at 20 items per order, that means that's 800 items that need to be ordered and managed at one given point. So again, there's too many moving parts, and that's the best way, the short formula of just staying stuck in the day-to-day operations and being a slave to your business. So what we did was, instead, in my manufacturing facility, we purchased a software where this initial planning phase, we used to call it the bill of material. We would enter all that data into the ERP, made sure that the approved prices are the ones that are going into the system, into the software, and then from there all the ordering was done for all those materials. Now the software would restrict any price manipulation or any price alterations that could happen, right? The maximum ceiling price was set in it. Now of course, on the downside, anybody can say that, hey, what if someone would purchase it for a cheaper value, enter a high value in the system and all that? Well, if that's the case, if those are the questions going in your business, then I would say, do you have the right person, like the right people? Going back to point number one is that, do you have the right team in your business? Anyway, coming to this point, so the software made sure that the purchase price was correct and it was not dependent on me. And this was a huge time saver for me, because I didn't have to be there personally to make sure that every single order that is being processed by the factory, by my business, by the team to purchase these items, needs to be done under direct supervision by me. So the point being that identify areas that can be streamlined with the help of simple softwares. There's so many free tools and cheap tools available in today's date, especially after the pandemic, that it's a no-brainer. Just find the right solution and implement that in your business, because most business owners get stuck into these things in supervising things, especially when it comes to money management, because they feel that their team will not be responsible with it, and they'll go and pay excess monies for something that can be purchased at a cheaper cost, and all those kind of questions are there. So software is one thing that can help you do this. Now number 11, this is a very tough one for most business owners, and that is, I educated my clients on who the contact person is, who the contact point is for specific things in the business, instead of me being the contact point for every single thing. Now this is not easy to do, I completely understand, because I did it, I lived this life, but it is extremely important for you as a business owner, because if you don't, guess what? This is a short way of getting trapped into the day-to-day operations of your business, and there's a short way of bringing a lot of stress into your business, personally for you. Because guess what, in any case, most of the times you have to call your team member, get the information from them, then relay to the client. It will be very rare that you have every single piece of information ready on your tips, and if you are, then again I would say, why? What's the point? Is that your job? Do you want to be a messenger boy in your business, or do you want to be a business owner, an entrepreneur who gives it direction, grows the business, takes it to the next level, and not only that, but enhances the client experience that you deliver through your product or services? So instead of playing messenger boy in my business, I chose to be a business owner. I chose to help my clients understand that who they need to speak to when they have a problem, or when they have a question, or when they need to follow up, or when they need some information, rather than going to me for everything. And what the hidden bonus was that in this process was that when my client or people on my clients' teams were speaking to my team members automatically had more skin in the game, and they were honoring their commitments more, because guess what? Nobody wants to look bad. So when they make the commitment, they don't want to look bad, and they want to deliver and honor the commitment that they've made to someone else, right? Everybody wants to protect their own image. So this was a super game changer for me and the team as well. Now again, this was an area where my father was completely upset with me or angry at me at all times, because he thought that that's not the way to run. When a client calls, you're supposed to pick up the phone, you're supposed to answer it, you're supposed to solve their problems, and everything has to be done by you. While I understand that there are certain problems that could only be solved by me, but not every single problem or every single thing or every single point of data needed to be relayed by me to them, right? Again, what's the point of having a team then, if I'm going to do everything? So as a business owner, again, most business owners make this mistake. They take on the hat of customer service representative, customer problem support center, everything that you can imagine, right? So stay out of the day-to-day operations by making sure that your clients are connecting with the right people on your team. Make sure that your team know how to handle those questions or those queries, how to handle customers. Your life will be a lot more simpler, your life will be a lot more easier, and guess what? Your team will take more ownership in the business. Why? Because they are making personal commitments, individual commitments. That's just how we humans are wired. That's how we work. We don't want to look bad in front of others, and when we commit, then we honor our own commitments. So educate your customers, guys. It's game changing. It's going to be a big relief in your business and life, and then you will actually have a life outside of your business, right? So that's all we have for you today. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button. Also, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay tuned with content designed specifically for your personal success as a business owner. This is Nikhil from Bulletproof Teams, and I'll see you in my next one.